Number 4.
Captain Cold. Now you might wonder why I have this guy up on the list. Kind of the same reason as Aquaman. When I first wrote this list, Aquaman was at number 10, but I put him lower because I really did want him in the game. But the reason I have Captain Cold this high is, first of all, we need a Flash villain. And obviously it's not going to be Grodd, because we already have a big hulking guy, Solomon Grundy. So I think it should be Captain Cold, because A, he is the leader of the Rogues. There's no other character that's better suited than Captain Cold, and mostly because I want people to see the character for the true awesome character that he is. One of my favorite comic book runs that I've ever read was Rogue's Revenge. It was during the Final Crisis thing, and Jeff Johns wrote this thing called Rogue's Revenge, which was about Captain Cold and the Rogues, and it was so cool. Every moment I loved, and I love that issue so much, and I fell in love with the character of Captain Cold. It's truly like cold-hearted, tough, strong character that by the end of it, he just wants a beer. And I don't know, I just really, really like that about his character. But the thing is, whenever I saw him in like an animated show or something, he's being played up for laughs. Even in Young Justice, the only time I ever saw him where he wasn't in the group of all the ice villains is when he's like shooting at the Flash. He's like, and I'm just like, no, come on, this character there's so much more to him. Like, people wonder, well, how can he even shoot the Flash with his ice beam, because the Flash can move so fast? Well, he uses a freeze field that slows the Flash down. He uses this freeze field around him, and so the Flash, in order to get to him, has to slow down, which leaves Captain Cold the ability to either shoot ice beams at him or punch him. And I just think that's such a smart character, and I really would want to play as him. And let's be honest, NetherRealm Studios, they've made Mortal Kombat, so they know how to use ice characters, like Sub-Zero. They can incorporate this into their video game. It wouldn't be hard for them. And I would want Captain Cold over Mr. Freeze, because Mr. Freeze has Arkham City, and he's been treated well there. I would want, and I think he'd be a little clunky in a fighting game, that big suit. But I just would want Captain Cold, a Flash villain, and a truly badass. Yeah.
Number 3.
Number 3, Clayface. When I was thinking of all the Batman villains that I would want to play as, Clayface was the number 1 for me. Like, even more than the Joker. Because, to be honest, guys, Joker really doesn't belong in a fighting game. And he's probably going to be in it. They have Harley Quinn in the game, so obviously it's not going to be without Joker. But if it was my choice of which villain I would want to play as, it would definitely be Clayface. Because you have so many different stuff you can use with this power. So many different ways to use this power. I mean, he can morph into other people, he can throw stuff, he can just be a big booming thing, he can pick up stuff, he can just, he can morph into you. His character could like slime under, and I don't know, so many different versions and stuff you can do with this power that I think Clayface would just be such a cool villain, just such a cool character to play as. And I think he's popular enough that he can make it into the game and people will know who he is. I mean, it's just, I would just love to play as Clayface. And also, he could have like a finisher where he grabs you, whirls you up in his ball, and then just like jumps off the building or something. I don't know, but I think that Clayface would be an awesome villain to play, and I would just, personally, I would just have a blast playing as Clayface. That's why he's number 3.
Number 2.
Green Arrow. Now, guys, the reason why I have Green Arrow so high is because I do love Green Arrow. I think he's an awesome character. And I think it is just time for Green Arrow to be, like, the only thing, he has been in a video game before. He was in that old Justice League Heroes United, but he was a character that you had to buy, and you couldn't use him throughout the whole game. But I played as him all the time there, and I just think there's so many different stuff you can do. Like, Batman, of course, throws batarangs, and Green Arrow will shoot arrows, but there's different stuff you can do with that. There's totally different stuff, and I think that you can really... And I think with the Arrow TV show coming out soon, the timing couldn't be better to put this character in a video game and get people to play as him. And plus, I just want to see Oliver Queen in a video game. I just want to play as Oliver Queen in a video game. Green Arrow would definitely just be a great character to play as, and would be one of my... Obviously, I'm going to be playing as Batman first, and Nightwing second, and Green Lantern. Well, Green Lantern hasn't been announced, but I'm pretty sure he will be. Anyways, Green Arrow, I think, would just be an awesome character to play as, and so that's why he's number 2. Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond. Now, this is the only one that can really surprise. Unless they go with some weird C-list character that no one's ever heard of, like, I don't know, Halo. Yeah, if they put Halo in there, they're not going to surprise us with any character. And so, but they could surprise us with Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond. And you might ask, well, wait, he's from the future. How could that work? How could you incorporate that into the story? Easy. Just get Booster Gold and have him incorporate Terry McGinnis into the story. And you know what? I almost had Booster Gold on this list. He would be, if it was accounted, it would be at number 11, because I would love to play as Booster Gold. But the thing is, just you could use Booster Gold to, the time traveler, to get him over here. He has to solve something and change something, whatever. I don't know. But I just think it would be a great thing to be able to play as Terry McGinnis from Batman Beyond. And they already have Kevin Conroy voicing Batman, so why don't they just have Will Freddy, the guy who voiced Terry McGinnis in the Batman Beyond TV show? They could just have him do it, and it would just be awesome, because I want to play as Batman Beyond, okay? I want to play as Terry McGinnis. It would just be fun, and it would be a big surprise to the players. Trust me, it would be a surprise to the players if all of a sudden Terry McGinnis was in the game. And I just think that would be a great thing to do. And don't just think, well, what, you want 2 Batmans in the game, 1 isn't enough for you? No, see, Terry McGinnis' fighting style is way different. For example, he would use his invisibility, you could use his flight, you could use his batarangs and shoot multiple ones, and there's different ways that you can incorporate it and make it an entirely different fighting style, not just like Bruce Wayne's, There's so many different ways you can change it and make it its own. And I just think playing as Terry McGinnis would be a great addition to the game. And also, it would increase the character's popularity. Get people wanting to learn more about the DC characters. And so, that is my top 10 characters that I want in Injustice Gods Among Us. Now, for those of you who may be wondering, wait a minute, is this top 10 list the one that you've been saying is the big top 10 list that you've been building up to? No. I'm building up to something big. And it's going to take a while. I'm not saying like this is coming out next month or anything, because this is going to take a while for me to do. I'm not going to say, but I'll just give you a hint. It's going to involve more than 10 places. Anyway, remember guys, I'm LazyDude99, and if I don't like it, it's not worth it. Adios amigos. Be sure to check out more of my other videos on my channel, and wait for more coming soon.